While there are all kinds of cold air induction systems for the Boxster, we are installing the Evo Fresh Air Induction System. It was supplied to us by Evolution Motorsports. The kit consists of a housing that is molded from cross-link polyurethane, which has a very low thermal conductivity to keep the engine compartment heat away from the cold air side of the intake. The reusable cone filter is freer flowing than the original stock filter. The MAF intake tube is manufactured to OEM diameter specifications to avoid check engine light problems. The first step is to remove the left side fresh air grill. A single screw, yellow arrow, attaches the grill in place along with a set of plastic snaps. Use a trim removal tool to carefully work around the outside of the grill and pry it out of its clips. Remove the air intake snorkel by pushing it up and down and then out towards you. It is on tight and will require some force to remove. Carefully remove the mass airflow sensor, MAF, using a T20 tamper-proof torque driver and install it into the new metal tube provided in the kit while the tube is on your workbench. Handle the sensor with care and make sure that no dirt gets into it as you are moving it around. The sensor requires a tamper-proof torque screw to remove, which Evo provides in the kit. It's also a good time to clean the MAF. Disconnect the two clamps, one on each end, that hold the stock air intake tube to the throttle body, green arrow. Remove this C-shaped tube from the car and pull it off to the side. Loosen the clamps at the top of the intake manifold. The next few steps are required in order to gain enough access to remove the really large stock air intake box. Also disconnect the 10mm nut that mounts down by the throttle body housing. For additional assistance with that task, please follow the link provided at the end of this video. Loosen the intake manifold screws. You'll need a torque socket set for these. Also remove the vacuum hose right angle connection from the intake manifold indicated by the yellow arrow. You will be lifting up the intake manifold slightly in order to gain access to remove the stock airbox. Now it's time to detach the stock airbox. There are 3 bolts that attach the assembly to the car. 2 can be accessed from the top of the car and the third must be removed from below. With the airbox loose, it's time to remove it from the car. Have a helper pull the intake manifold towards the left side of the car in order to give you room you need to pull out the box. Remove it by pulling out the MAF tube first. This is by far the most difficult and frustrating part of the installation, and the removal of the airbox will require quite a bit of wiggle and quite a bit of force to remove from the car. Installation of the new fresh airbox is a snap. Simply install it into the car where the old airbox was located. Insert the MAF pipe and then install the top bracket in place. Clamp the cone filter onto the end of the MAF pipe. Install the OEM intake tube that you removed previously, yellow arrow. With the new air intake in place, reassemble the intake manifold, taking care to reconnect any vacuum lines you may have disconnected. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.